So in this video today, I'm going to be showing you how you're going to be able to create an inbound agent using Retell AI and how you're going to be able to do this without any technical experience. And then from there, I'm going to be showing you how to connect this to your CRM, go high level, without any coding experience at all. This whole system is going to basically qualify leads, book them into appointments, and then also send appointment reminders to these clients. And the best part about all of this is you're not going to have any technical experience. You're not going to have to code anything. You're going to be able to just drag and drop these automations directly into your Go High Level account, and you'll have this whole thing set up within 10 or 20 minutes. The software we're going to be using is a software called Sympana Connector, and this is going to enable you to connect Retell directly to Go High Level with just an API key. From there, all you're going to have to do is select the AI agent you want to connect to, and then boom, you're going to have the connection made without having to use an automation platform like Zapier, N8N, or any of that. That's the beauty of Sympana Connector. Now, before we get into anything, let me introduce myself. My name is Emanuel Termure. I'm the founder of Sympana LLC. We help a lot of companies from Fortune 500 companies, Inc. 5000 companies, and many other companies that are small business companies implement AI directly into their operations, whether it being inbound or outbound calls. We mostly just implement AI agents because we see the best lead conversion with these AI outbound or inbound agents because they save companies money and because it enables companies to talk with leads faster, making the leads happier and more likely to convert. So let's get into building these automations now, and I'll show you step by step how to do all of this. The first thing that we're going to do is we're going to go to App Marketplace. Then we are going to go over here and search Sympana. It's going to pop up Sympana Connector. You will be able to install this directly into your account, and then you're going to be able to refresh, and then you're going to be able to see Sympana Connector directly over here. From there, you're going to be able to click on Sympana Connector. Then you'll be able to choose what AI you're going to use. Are you going to use Retell? Are you going to use Vapi? I just personally go with Retell because it's much cheaper. It's easier to get stuff up and running, has a better UI, faster latency, all of that. I would personally say Retell is a better product just in general at this time. Vapi's not a bad product, just Retell is a tiny bit better in every single area. So that's why I prefer going with Retell. And the biggest thing is pricing. Retell is just ultimately cheaper. Then when you click on Retell, if you're brand new to using the app, a pop-up will appear. But because we already had this app installed, we will just come over here to change API key. We will delete this old API key from here. Then we'll go to the Retell AI dashboard, create a new API key labeled demo test API key over here. Then we will create this. The reason why I always recommend creating another API key is because if anything happens, if somehow the API key gets leaked, you're always able to delete it. So that will save you a lot of money in the future because you just can delete stuff if something gets leaked or something gets hacked, which is a really good safeguard. Then from here, you're able to paste this, then update your API key directly over here. Now, as you're able to see, your Retell AI account is directly connected to Go High Level. Now what you're just going to have to do is add your first connection over here. Then you're going to label this whatever you want to label it. So we will label this Sympana Connector Inbound. Then go back to Retell AI, create our inbound insurance agent. From scratch, label this inbound insurance agent. Save that. And then we will refresh this. Then we'll come back over here, add your first connection. Connection name, Sympana inbound agent. Then we will look for inbound insurance agent right over here. Calendar will be our Sympana real estate calendar. Then we will choose this number. Then we will go ahead and create that connection. From there, as you're going to be able to see, our connection was added. Once you refresh functions, all the connections were added directly over here. If you want to learn what each function does and all of that, click on the documentation right under this YouTube video, and you will be able to see all the Sympana documentation and see everything about it. Now we're currently adding more stuff to this, but this is going to explain what each function does and why it does it and all of that. So this is more going to just help you build out your prompt and make you understand what each function does. From here, you're able to go back over here to Retell. If you want to get rid of a function, you're able to come over here. For example, if you don't want to create a new contact because the contact should already exist in go ahead level, you're able to remove this contact. If you don't want the lead to be able to cancel an appointment, you're able to get rid of the delete appointment. If you don't want the lead to be able to get a list of all their appointments, you're able to do that. So it's very customizable around your business. That's basically it. All you have to do is click update connection. Once you do that, your whole connection will be updated, and then all the stuff that you did remove from here will be removed in the functions over here. Now, usually how we create our inbound agents is very simple. In Retell, we usually go with GPT-5 Mini Fast Tier. We usually go with Simo or Grace, or really any of these voices are pretty good. I personally like Simo and Kate, but that's just my preference. Then we usually go with 11 Labs V2.5. Then the next thing that we do is we come over here to speech settings, and then we enable speech normalization. We come over here to real-time transcription. We do not turn this on usually just because it does increase latency and you don't really want that. But again, depending on your use case, sometimes you will want that on. Then we will optimize for accuracy. Then over here, call settings, you have to turn on voicemail detection. Even though it's an inbound call, it's always good to know that an automated system is not calling. Then you're able to hang up and deselect user keypad input detection. Now that's important for some use cases. If you want the lead to go to certain departments based on what they put in the keypad, you're able to have that. We're going to end call on silence around 45 seconds. This means if the lead is silent for 45 seconds, it ends the call. Usually the lead is just trying to waste the AI's time. So that's why we end the call like that. And then the max duration of the call, again, fully dependent on your script, how long you think your calls are going to be. But if you do a demo call with your script, if it takes you 10 minutes to finish the call, I would usually double it to around 20 minutes for the max duration. So that's basically what we're going to do. The max call duration is going to be 20 minutes. Then over here, you're able to add a post-call analysis if you want to. That's super helpful a lot of the times. We're not going to do it in this use case, but yeah, that's basically it over here. Now that's all of it. What we're also going to do is click AI speaks first. We are going to switch it from a dynamic message because a dynamic message costs money to have it run. So we are just going to have it like this. Hello, this is Sarah from Medicare Insurance LLC. How can I help you today? And then of course the AI will start the call like that, and then we can help the lead out further from there. So that's going to be very, very good. Now, the other nice thing about setting it up like this so that the AI doesn't have a dynamic message and has just a custom message over here is that it also speaks faster. So the latency at the beginning of the call is almost not noticeable. So yeah, that's basically it. So right now, our AI costs us around 8 cents per minute. It's getting close to 9 cents per minute, but it's at 8 cents per minute right now. And the good thing about this is in the last couple of months, AI has dropped quite a bit. So it's dropped around 2 cents in the last 3 months with all of the new updates on 11 Labs, all the new updates on OpenAI and all of that. It's dropped quite considerably because of all these new updates. So pricing's getting cheaper. I think pricing by the beginning of next year, probably January or February, will hopefully get around 7 cents. Hopefully we can start getting down to the 6 cent per minute range, because then that's going to start competing directly with VAs. The good thing with this AI is that the AI is able to work 24/7, and you're only getting charged for when the AI is actually talking with a lead. It would be much cheaper than a VA if it drops down to around 6 cents on the minute. So yeah, that's basically it. Now, if you want to have a multilingual agent, you're able to type into the prompt on how it's able to handle multilingual calls. If a Spanish speaker calls in, we can type into the prompt basically Spanish speaker calls in, immediately start talking in Spanish with them. If English speaker calls in, immediately start talking in English with them, or whatever other language that is able to be switched between. As you're able to see, it's able to switch between Russian, Portuguese, Chinese, Spanish, and all of that. So that is really, really good. But we're just going to go just with the English version. We're not going to have a multilingual agent because this whole use case is going to be tested out with just English. So yeah, that's basically it. The last setting that you're able to test out with, which we're not going to do right now, but if you want to test out with it, you're able to test out with this one, pause before speaking, so that the AI allows someone to first say something if that's the use case. So someone can say hello, and then the user's like, hello, this is blah, blah, blah from company name. Again, that's really dependent on how you want to set this up, but this is how we will set this up. And then from here, we will just create the prompt, and then we will create the pipeline and then connect an automation to the pipeline. And then from there, we will create a notification to remind leads of their appointments. So from here, we will go to ChatGPT and we will tell ChatGPT to create us a prompt, basically create us a prompt for Medicare, and then paste that directly into here. And then from there, we will go to Go High Level, connect everything to the automations in Go High Level and the pipeline, and then create the notifications. So let's go to ChatGPT real quick. So now that we're in ChatGPT, what we're going to do is we will tell it to create us an insurance agent to basically receive inbound calls for Medicare leads. And as you're able to see, our script was just finished. It took around a minute 30 to generate this whole script. I recommend having the ChatGPT Pro account. Again, if you don't pay for ChatGPT, another good AI for this is going to be Grok or Claude 4.5. Those are really good AIs to build out your script. I usually build out all my scripts with all three of them. I usually create the script in ChatGPT because it writes everything like a human. Claude creates the formats for the AI to create call functions and do all of that. Then we put all of that together in Grok 4 Fast to pull all the call functions like a human. That's how we usually do it. But if you don't want to do it like that, one AI is fine. If you want to have the AI perfect, that's basically how you're going to do it. Have 3 different AIs, fine tune everything, because every single LLM is good at one thing. And that's basically what I found out is good for each LLM. So now we're basically going to copy our script for Medicare. Then we will go back to Retell over here and paste our Medicare script right over here. Now we have a full-on Retell agent. Now we're going to go back to Retell. We will come over here to opportunities. We will come to pipeline, and then we're going to create a new pipeline. We will label this 0 Medicare, and then we'll have our pipeline over here, booked appointment. Then we will have not interested over here, not qualified, not qualified. And then we will have our follow-up, 48-hour reminder, 24-hour reminder. And then we will click create over here. From here, we will create an automation. And how this automation is going to work is very simple. We will get all the call data by getting the call completed, look up call completed over here, get the Sympana call completed trigger over here. Then we will filter this out for the correct AI agent, because as you saw in my account, we have a bunch of AI agents. So we will filter this out for the correct AI agent, which is going to be inbound insurance agent. And then we're going to paste that directly over here. And then we're going to click save over here again. Then we'll label our automation inbound insurance agent. Then from here, we will add a wait sequence over here for 3 minutes. If the lead does not book an appointment, we will move them to the opportunity pipeline, which is going to be 0 not qualified, because if they don't book an appointment, that means they're not qualified. And then we're going to click save. So that's our first automation. So it basically gets the call. If the lead doesn't convert, we move them to not qualified. Now, the next thing you're going to have to do over here is you're going to have to find contact over here, add field phone. Then you're going to have to look down over here, Sympana connector call completed, then from phone over here, and then boom. So whenever a call comes in, we will find the contact, and then we will wait and create the opportunity to move them to not interested if they did not book an appointment. So that's the first thing. And then the second thing is going to be booked appointment. And then basically if the lead does book an appointment on our calendar, so customer books an appointment, add filter in calendar, MS, Sympana Real Estate, we will then move the lead to here, 0 booked appointment, then remove the lead from the other pipeline. We're going to remove them from the other workflow. We're going to click over here, another workflow, and remove them from inbound insurance. Click save, and boom. Now we have that done. Then we can create our call sequence over here. We can add a wait for 48 hours and click that, and then wait 48 hours. I usually like labeling everything so we can just keep track of all of it. And then we're going to click save, and we will send an SMS message, click save. Then we're going to create a 24-hour wait, 24-hour, and then label it 24-hour, save that. Then we will create a other one, SMS, that, and then we will add another wait to 1 hour, and then move the lead up the pipeline once they move over here. So we'll move the lead to 48-hour, and then we will move the lead over here to 0, and then 24-hour. Then we will send an SMS message. Then we will move the lead to 0, and then 1 hour reminder, and then boom. And that's the whole entire pipeline. Now what we're going to do is ask ChatGPT for 3 reminders, 1 48-hour reminder, 1 24-hour reminder, and then 1 1-hour reminder that also give a lot of value. So we're going to come over here, and then we're going to send a lot of SMS reminders. One is going to be 48 hours in advance. One is going to be 24 hours in advance. And then the other one is going to be 1 hour in advance. And then while that loads, we will update these automations for it not to be a time delay, but to trigger before the event happens. So over here, we will click appointment time. So it will be 48 hours before the appointment. So 48 hours, and then we'll move to next step if the lead doesn't convert. So just 2 days for 48 hours. And then same thing over here, event, 1 day. And then same thing over here, event, 1 hour. Save action, boom, done. And then that's basically it. From here, we're going to go back to ChatGPT and then get to the SMS stuff. The first SMS reminder is going to be, hi, first name, company here. We're going to copy this and then go to the SMS part and send this message. Hi, this is Sympana, and then appointment day, reply 1 to confirm, 2 to reschedule, 3 to cancel. Now, I would definitely recommend making these better. Making these usually take longer, but of course, these are automatically generated from ChatGPT, so they're not going to be the best at the beginning. But of course, you're able to work on them, make them way better, and have them convert way higher and have a higher call to action to get the lead to show up to the call. And then we're going to basically put that over here, Sympana LLC. And then we're going to get the last one, which is going to be, we will call you in 1 hour over here. And that's basically it. And yeah, that's how you build this whole thing out. As you're able to see, super simple. You're able to connect Sympana connector quite easily to your whole entire automation setup. Really easy. If you follow this, you're going to have a sense on how to build other automations with Sympana connector and how you're going to be able to connect this directly to your flow. The benefits of this are you don't have to use make.com, you don't have to use N8N, and you don't have to use really any automation except Go High Level, because you're now able to manage everything within Go High Level. So that's the key benefit. Now, if you want to implement this into your business and you're not tech savvy and you just really want someone with a lot of experience that implements this for a bunch of other companies to come into your business and implement this, write the scripts for you, write the prompts, all of that for you, feel free to book a call at sympana.com and we can help you implement this directly into your business. If you're running into any problems setting this up, join my Discord server and we can help you step by step on how to set this up if you're running into any problems. And then, of course, lastly, I would always recommend checking out the documentation on how to use this, because that's very helpful. If you have any questions, join the Discord server or feel free to leave any comments, and I will try responding to you as quickly as possible.